Today we're going to create a nice big oak tree that is a lot better than the normal Minecraft version. Now this video is a lot different from my usual ones, and I hope you guys like this style as well, because I want to sort of incorporate these ones too. I'm going to start off with showing you guys all the blocks that we're going to use today. So now for the tree itself, we're going to use the normal block which is used in the Minecraft tree right here, this is the smaller version. So we're going to use the oak wood logs, which is simply this. So I'm going to place that down right there. Then along with that, for some decoration blocks, which is going to be used for smaller type of trunks, we're actually going to use spruce. Now the reason I chose spruce is because if you used, for example, this type of slab, the color difference between this and this is way too much. You want to keep that the same because the outside is what you're seeing, not the inside. Because obviously this corresponds to the inside of that log, but we're making the outside of the tree, of course, so this needs to be the same color on the outside. Like so. Which also means we're going to be using a little bit of spruce fences for some small sticks sticking out, and of course some stairs. There we go, just to make everything nice and smooth. I'm also probably going to be using some random buttons, so just a normal Minecraft button right here. And then for the leaves, we're not only going to use the oak leaves because you want some difference in there, so we're going to use the oak along, actually that was the other way around, so we're going to use the birch with the oak, just mix them together. You can even mix together even more types of leaves, but let's just keep it at 2 for today. So let's get rid of the stuff that I don't need, and let's get right into this small little tutorial. We're gonna make it in around this little area right here. I kind of like this area, so let's just get rid of a couple little things right here. Then the trunk of this tree is going to be 2 by 2 blocks, because we're making this way bigger than, for example, that tree, which is only 1 meter wide. We're gonna make this tree 2 meters wide. Yes, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's perfect for Minecraft standards. So make it 2 by 2, really simple. Now the height for now doesn't really matter, so we're just going to go up in the height and then worry about that later on. So for now, like 6 or 7 is good. The next thing we want to do is make some nice little roots that go down into the floor. Now these are never ever done in the normal Minecraft trees. See, it just goes bloop in the earth and that's it. You don't see any roots sticking out or anything, and that's, I guess, normal because they're pretty small, so you would never see that. But for bigger trees like these here, they will definitely show. And this is where the slabs and the spruce wood stairs are actually going to come into play, because you can make a nice little angle that goes down like that. Now for an oak tree, it does have some roots that go above the ground, definitely. So something like this that goes down, and then you can place the oak wood in there on the floor. It basically looks like it's a root going down into the floor. Now you need to make this as random as you possibly can, which definitely can be hard sometimes, but you just gotta figure it out. Basically just doing random stuff, for example like this. I know it doesn't look that good right now, but in the whole package altogether, this will definitely look really, really cool. I might even move this one over so that it's like it's bending towards this way, which is kind of cool. Let's get rid of a couple more leaves on this side, and let's just make like 2 or 3 more of these little roots that go down. One of them here can be a little bit smaller, that goes like that. Boom, and this, it can be going both ways. And then one on here, let's just make it right here with a staircase. Actually one that's a bit bigger would be kind of cool. And then once again with a slab, you can make it go out a little bit and then have like a little corner in it. That doesn't really matter, or just make it go down straight. It really does not matter. It really depends on what you like and how it actually looks. For now, I think this is okay. We can possibly add one more to this by doing this and then adding a slab on top of there, so that it basically goes down like this and like that. Alright, so we have some roots going and a trunk that goes up a little bit. Now we want to make this one taller, but also go in a direction a little bit. These trees never, oh, I mean they can be pretty straight like up, but however you do want to make them go a little bit sideways because it just looks way better. Now what you're doing with this trunk next is totally up to you. We're going to be placing a lot of random branches that go all over the place. They're going to go really high and tall and just out of the center right here, and it actually is really, really easy. So I'm just going to show you right now. You want to start at a point right here, and in the beginning it's going to look bad, trust me, but we're going to edit this. So you're just going to click right here and just keep going and go into direction. Here you go. Just like that. That's a base branch. Of course you can edit this a little bit and make it a lot nicer, because we're going to be using a lot of stairs in this as well. You can have this go down and then replace this with a stair once again, basically creating a nice little branch that goes up. And add a little bit of slabs as well, just to make it nice and smooth. And you don't want to make it too smooth, by the way, because that's going to make it look non-Minecrafty, but this still looks quite Minecrafty. Then I feel like this one is still out of place a little bit, and there you go, that's one branch. We're going to do this a couple times till we have couple basic branches, and then we can start placing a lot of leaves on this. So let's do the same thing on this corner, just adding a bunch of blocks, and you can make it go out or down a bit. It doesn't have to be going straight up or whatever. Like this will be perfectly fine. Then once again, I'm going to change up a couple blocks because not always does it look super nice. Just changing up a couple into some planks and stairs, and now it actually looks quite a lot better. Like this, and then like that. Just have it go out a little bit. I'm gonna make the center go up a little bit more because I want to make a branch that sort of comes out of the middle. Like you don't want everything to come out of the corners, you want one to come out of the middle as well. We need one to go up a bit more, so like that. Basically really simple. Then once again, replacing a couple of these blocks just to make everything seem a bit smoother right here. This can also be a staircase, there you go, along with this block, so it's a nice smooth motion. You don't want to replace too much. Once again, just keep it simple. Then one more into this direction over here, and then we're gonna make like one or two go up a little bit more to basically catch the leaves that are going to be on top there. So we're gonna replace a couple more, some stairs over here. That was not the one I wanted to replace. And this one, come on, that one, here we go. Once again, I'm gonna make a nice little smooth ending to this branch with some slabs, and then put the staircase down right there. Change that up as well. There you go. Always making the endings in slabs basically looks better because it's thinner, and that's what a branch would do. Now you can see that I sort of shifted the center of this tree a bit more to this corner, and that's actually a good thing because now more of the weight is on this side, and we can delete a couple blocks here, making it look like it's sort of hanging into this direction, because you don't want just a simple straight tree going up, you want it to look cool. And this definitely gives a way better effect. And I want to make one or two final branches that go a little bit more up, which is exactly what we need in this, because a oak tree can definitely grow big in size. And we can sort of make that go out of this one and just make it go up like that. Super duper simple. Put a stair there, put a stair there, connect that once again, and we have a branch going up. Same thing sort of here. I'm just going to randomly place this up like that. And then we're going to replace a couple things with my staircases once again, like always. And you can make the tips of branches, so not the tips like this when they're horizontal, but if they're vertical, you can make them into staircases like this, which makes them once again more pointy. Then I want one more. I just feel like it needs one more, so we're going to add one right here. There you go. That was really simple. Finish a couple things off with some staircases to make everything look a bit more smooth, and we are set to go. So we have the basic big branches, but there always is some more branches that are quite a bit smaller, which we can just create with some slabs. There you go. So along with some slabs, I'm just going to start creating little branches like this that go all over the place to basically catch up the leaves. So we definitely want to make these hanging as well, so not just be straight. It can be if it's a super tiny, for example, stick, but we want to also make some that are hanging. Like I'm going to start one right here and just start making it go downwards like that, and then like this maybe. There you go, just hangs down like that. Let's make one of those as well over here, and then one more go out like that. I kind of really want to make another one going up, sort of centered more, so I'm gonna just basically start creating a branch that goes up straight down the middle right here, and make it go up like that. There you go. And from this, we'll be going another tiny branch like that, going all the way up and hanging over. And let's do another one on this side here, just a tiny one. And let's finish off this branch with a staircase into that direction over there. Pretty cool. And then we're almost set with all the branches. It really is that simple, guys. So I'm just going to create another one of these right here, and then start creating another little branch that goes out like that. And we have a lot of branches. This tree will have a lot of leaves on this side here because it basically goes out a lot here, which is fine. Trees are the most random things ever, so it's beautiful like this. Now, if you have access to World Edit, there is something you can do to get rid of this weird texture. You want to basically select this block right here and do / set 1712, in this case for the oak wood. There you go. So now it's fully textured all the way around. Now I'm not sure if this is something that you would want, because look, you can literally do this everywhere and make it look pretty damn cool. So we can basically try this and see how it looks. Of course, if you don't have World Edit, this is kind of a bummer and you can't really do this, but it makes it better in a good way. See, now I did this whole side over here and it definitely makes it look better, so I'm going to put this everywhere. So I just did that everywhere and it definitely looks really good. So if you have World Edit, definitely try and do this. Now before we add the leaves into this, I want to try and fix the trunk up a little bit more. I forgot one of these over there. There you go. So I want to use some more stairs to make this more smooth like this. And that's actually really easy to do, just like that. There you go. Now this trunk going out can also be a bit more smooth. We can possibly do something like that. And then I believe this trunk is finished. So we can start placing some leaves, which is gonna be fun. So I'm first going to create some shape with just the oak leaves like this and having them placed all the way around the branches. And then later on we're going to add in a bunch of these other types, which is birch, for example. So around the branches that you just created, you basically want to create a nice little ring of leaves, because those are going to be carrying the leaves like this. And then later on we're going to make a huge bed of leaves surrounding this thing. But first, all the leaves need to kind of be covered and have a nice little area surrounding them with leaves. Now these leaves are going to be going down a lot more than the branches, so you can, for example, do this and make them go down more, like that. So a lot of this comes down to randomly clicking and hoping that it looks nice. But of course you can edit this to your liking as much as you want, but this is mostly just random clicking, and you just want to keep doing this until it looks good. You want to avoid placing a lot of leaves in the center, because that's not where leaves would grow. It's a dark area that is surrounded by trunks, and it does not give them daylight to grow. So the most leaves are going to be on the outside of these awesome branches. So let's just continue filling all of these up really easily. It's actually really easy to do. And you want to basically cover all of these things up. And you can see it's sort of already looking like a pretty nice tree. It's not that much bigger than that one, but it's way more detailed and it looks so much better. So let's finish this branch by branch. I'm gonna make everything look a bit more nicer by going down a bit more, because leaves obviously are hanging, the branches are hanging. You don't want everything to stand up and be straight. A couple more on this branch right here, and then like I said, later on we're going to be putting in some other types of leaves to basically give it a nice effect, because if you have the same type of leaf, it's going to look pretty boring, and you don't want that, because that's already in the normal oak trees of Minecraft, and you want it to look pretty damn amazing. And you can see that even if I do this, it's a very tiny change, but if you have it everywhere, you're going to notice it, and it's definitely a nice addition. Now let me quickly change that back. There you go. And let's finish off with placing all these leaves everywhere. So I filled up most of the branches with leaves now, and you can see that it's already looking like a pretty nice tree, but it's far from finished. Now with an oak tree, the center, like I said, would be kind of without leaves, and then on the outside you would have a lot more leaves. So we're going to kind of create a sort of giant mushroom shape, where the inside is basically a little shell that you can be in. So we're going to connect the branches here with some leaves like that, and then make a nice little area surrounding that like this, basically leaving the center a tiny bit open. And you want to make it smooth, and later on we're going to make it way smoother, by the way. Now it's still pretty blocky, as you can see right here. It's going to be fixed later on. So let's connect it on this side as well, just to give this whole thing a nice effect. Here you go. And it doesn't matter if you have a couple holes in this. Like, you don't want to fill up everything with leaves. That's going to look bad. And if you leave a couple holes like that, I mean like that, there you go, it looks nice. You don't want to fill up everything. Now this definitely can be a lot fuller on the top, because these trees tend to be quite large. Now like I said, see, we still have the inside open, which is pretty cool. You can make a really nice tree house in this. It would be pretty small, but it would be really cute. You can just basically have a little tiny tree house in this and walk around. We are going to fill up the top though, so bye bye sun if you're standing into this. This is going to be filled up like this. We're basically going to now make this a lot bigger on the top and add a lot of definition on the top here. So basically add this all the way around. Clicking, 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 and the smooth shape is going to come into place in a second. But as you can see, this tree is way more realistic, and also realistic height, because this is about 15 meters, which is what a normal tree would be. Now of course you can have trees that are 50 meters or 100 even in the rainforest, but these are just way too tiny for my standard. Now we have quite the hole right here. I think we should sort of fill that up, even though it's cool to have holes and to have sort of branches be visible sometimes, but you don't want holes that big in a tree. Now on the sides you can do certain things, which I did right here. You can sort of like click them down and make them go out like that, which is going to give it that little area in the center, but makes it feel secure. If you stand here, it's basically leaves surrounding you. So we're going to do that a little bit around the place. So just click them down like that and have them sort of hang. Not too much, because then it's going to be a lot of a different type of tree, but now this still looks like a nice oak tree. Like this, have a couple more hanging around. That definitely looks a lot better already. Now it's up to you what type of leaves to mix into this. You can have quite the change if you do this, but that's a total different type of leaf, while actually taking birch would be sort of the same, just a tiny bit of a color difference, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to be placing this one randomly around this tree, just like this, sometimes taking some away, sometimes just placing it there, just randomly doing this. Don't think about it, just go around and do things random. That's the key here, just random. I'm sort of missing definition on the front here. I want this to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to add a little bush of leaves here, just going down like that, and there you go. Now we've still been making everything pretty round, but let's actually just click around a couple times to have sort of bits sticking out. You don't want everything to be nice and round. It can be like that, where it sticks out a bit, and that. There you go, so it sticks out a bit and it's not round. And there you go, I think I'm happy with the bed of leaves right here that goes on the top, and I'm gonna keep it like this. Now if you have a really big tree, what you can do, if it looks too round, just randomly go over and click a couple times. Literally do this, and then bloop, 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 and go over. It makes random holes, which definitely looks nice. It feels like you're destroying the tree, but you're not. See, there you go, it's just randomly adding holes to this tree and making it look a lot better. Now what I like doing is to just randomly add some buttons to my builds. I always do that. It makes it look so much more detailed, and this sort of looks like it's the beginning of new branches or little holes in the tree, basically. We took away these types of blocks earlier with World Edit, but sometimes you actually want them. So for example, right here, I'm just going to place one to have the look of that block. And we can have one right there, that it looks like the tree is, for example, damaged, or branch has been cut off or fell off. It just looks, sometimes it looks quite nice. Just add a bit more buttons, random buttons also inside here, just to give it a nice effect on the inside too. Now to finish this off, I'm going to randomly place lots of bone meal around this. And yeah, bone meal just makes everything a lot better, and I'm just going to randomly click so we have a bunch of tall grass as well, like that, and it makes everything look a lot better. Actually, you can never have enough bone meal. Keep clicking! More bone meal! Yeah! I want more bone meal. I want more bone meal. Let's see what we got. Ooh, this area is turning into a nice, pretty area. I like it. I like it. Now, is it just me, or would you rather walk into this if you're playing survival, or that? Just a random tree. If Minecraft, for example, was filled with trees like this, that would be so amazing. I would love to build a little tree house, one of these guys. Like, it just looks a lot better. So that was my little tutorial. I hope you got some useful information out of this. For example, the world edit commands, or some random tips like placing it and having leaves hanging or anything. If you have any suggestions on how I could make this even better, definitely let me know down below. I would like to learn new things, obviously, because I'm not the best, and there's always people that are better at certain things. You can even help other people by creating better trees. So just give me some tips and let me know down below. If you like this little tutorial and the style I did it in, this is not in the replay mod, for example, which I used to build the giant big Ben, which was over here. I did that in the last video, which was a lot of fun to do. However, this is the type of videos that I also want to make, where I'm just talking and building in first person, where you can actually follow along and do things more slowly and with more detail. It just sometimes is better this way. So definitely leave a like if you also like this type of video, and let me know down below what you want me to make. I can do different types of trees. For example, if you want me to make a giant birch tree, that would be really cool as well, or a jungle tree. Whatever you guys want, let me know down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like the video as well, and take care. Bye bye.